If you would like more videos like this, consider joining my online library. It's only $15.99 per month, and you can cancel at any time. Here you'll get weekly uploads of new videos around pain management yoga, restorative yoga, Ashtanga yoga, chakra yoga, all sorts. So head to www.yogatraveleronline/membership to join. Thank you for joining today. We've got a fun session, a little bit of an intellectual session combined with our physical movement, because we're going to get into our head. There is this personality test called the Enneagram, and it's a tool used to determine personality types. So each number, there's 9 numbers in a circle, in a sphere, and they correspond with different traits and motivations. So today we're going to do the bottom, well, I think it's actually the top. It's probably the top because it's the head. So there are the 5, 6, and 7s, and these are the cerebral thinkers. They're led by their intellect, by their knowledge, by the information that they gain from the world. And their core emotion is fear. So maybe afraid of not having knowledge or something like that. So we're going to go through each of these 3 characteristics, and as we explain what the motivations are, you might find yourself aligning with one of these personality types. And the fun thing about yoga is we get to do movement to help balance ourselves out, because of course we're not just one thing. We're lots of different things. We wear lots of different hats, and yoga helps us to balance all of that out. So let's close our eyes and we'll roll our shoulders back. So we're sitting nice and tall, gentle tuck in our chin, and just start to breathe in and out through your nose. Slow and steady to help center your thoughts and your focus on this fun experience that we're going to have together. As you breathe, let me tell you about the first personality type we're going to go through, the 5s, which are the observers. They are pulled back and withdrawn from the world, and they're very scholarly. They avoid intense interactions with others as they're easily emotionally drained. They often feel weak, as if they need to protect themselves from a hostile world. Observers can benefit from poses that connect them to the present moment and lead and help them accept the external world. Because observers may feel physically weaker, doing more vigorous sun salutations and core strengthening can help them access, cultivate, and maintain strength. So that's what this first section will be about: a strong core and some movement, some flow, some vinyasa. It says vigorous. We'll take it at a little maybe upped tempo, and then we'll get deep into that core. So let's open our eyes and move on to all 4s to start. Just come up onto your knees. Cat and cow is definitely moving the spine, but we can also really activate the core. So let's drop our belly down, roll your shoulders back, send your gaze up to the sky, inhale. And then exhale, round through the spine and really feel yourself squeezing those muscles. Think about the middle and what's happening and pulling up and in, just pulling up those abdominals. Inhale, arch, let the abdominals stretch as we send our gaze up. Exhale, round, pull, and lift. Once more, inhale, arch. Exhale, round, pull, and lift. Good. Now come back to neutral and let's lift onto our toes into our first downward facing dog. Can you still feel that lift in the abdominals? If you've let it relax, guide it up again. Engage Uddiyana Bandha, where we pull up and in through the center of our body so that we have this lift there. Nice. Now step your way forward to your hands. And as you fold down into your legs, again, pull up and in through the center. So there's always this lifting, engaging center. Good. Now extend our arms. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, bring your arms by your sides. Good. Let's get into Surya Namaskara A. I'll do the first one a little bit slower, and then maybe we'll speed up the second one, see if we can get into kind of that vigorous movement. Here we go. Inhale, lift up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. Our deep breath is going to help us bring that energy. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Hands can be on the ground or on your shins, whatever you choose. Exhale, hands down. Step back to a plank. You can stay lifted here on the plank. You could also drop to your knees. Chaturanga, elbows bent. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Actually stretches our abdominals right there. Exhale, roll back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Now lift through your center again. Remember, feel that lift. Feel those abdominals engage. Good. Now let's try it once more for now. Bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step up, hop up if you want to your hands. Exhale, fold down. We'll talk about ways we can make this a little more vigorous if you choose. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, Samastiti. Good. Okay, follow me if you want to add more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, look up, halfway lift, hands to the ground, hands on your shins, whatever. Exhale, hands down. Now, if you want more vigorous, jump back. Step back if you want. Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Now we're going to get into our core, feel a little bit vigorous through our center. Take your right leg, lift it up, inhale. Exhale, bring the right knee to your nose, rounding the back. Inhale, lift it up and back. Exhale, bring the knee to your nose. Inhale, lift it up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, place that right leg down. Exhale, shift back into your down dog. Let's do the left side. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Good. Again, inhale, lift the left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Feel that core squeeze. Inhale, lift it up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Good. Place your foot down. Inhale. And exhale, press back. Heels, ankles. Good. Good. Now this time as we come forward, we're going to come down to sit. So we're going to swing our legs and come down. Take your hands to the edges of your mat. Bend your knees. Step, hop, or walk through. And come to sit. If you need to just swing your legs around, it's totally fine. Doesn't matter how we get there. Nice job. Okay. Again, into the core for Navasana. Options for your Navasana. You can be on your elbows with your knees bent or your knees straight. You can lift up and hover here or lift up and hover here. So all these options are fine. Just a heads up, we're going to be lifting and hovering. So say you were like this. It would look something like this and like this, yes? Or on our elbows, lowering it down and up. There's so many different ways we can do this. As long as you're feeling the core, you're going to be on target. So I'll come to a bent knee position. I might straighten my knees at some point. Follow what I'm doing or take your own variation of this. Here's a breath here. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to extend it out. Inhale, pull it up. Exhale, extend it out. Inhale, pull it up. Exhale, extend it out. One more. Inhale, pull it up. Exhale, extend it out. Good. Now slowly lower to the ground. We're already almost there. Reach your arms overhead. Just stretch out that body. Hopefully you feel that warm core. Maybe you've gained a little bit of strength if you're one of those observer types. Good. And now we want to stretch out through our abdominals. So we're going to pull our knees into our chest and just get rocking a little bit. Come up and then roll back. And then come up. This is kind of easing our spine and then roll back. One more time. Come up and roll back. And this last time, come up and swing our legs around to extend up onto our knees. Okay. Back bends help to stretch out our abdominals and then bring strength to our back, of course. So we'll take Ustrasana. First of all, bring your fists to your hips, pull your elbows back, and just press forward into those hips. So we're getting this stretch. You might feel it in your hip flexors. You might feel it right here through those abdominals. You might feel it in your shoulders and your chest. Good. This is kind of a prep pose for the full pose, but this might just feel great and this is where you want to stay. So let's come up for just a moment, drop our shoulders, drop our head. This next time, we'll go a little bit deeper. I'll give you some options. You can come up onto your toes so that your heels are raised, and then if you reach back, you don't have to reach quite as far. If you are able to have the heels on the ground and reach, awesome. If you want to go back to fists, that's awesome too. So choose your way. You might start out on fists and then see if you can drop it down. See if you can reach whatever. Everybody is so different. Do you pull those shoulder blades toward each other? Feel that opening of the chest and that stretch through the whole front of the body. That's nice. Everyone's going to find their own way here. Good. Let's take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Nicely done. Lift up. Whoo, good job. Come forward. Let's take our knees a little wider than our hips, and we'll come back to a child's pose. Good. If your head doesn't quite reach all the way to the ground, take one of your blocks, place it down. Now just pause there for a moment as we switch gears. Hopefully you felt that vigorous sensation in the center and you got really warm, I hope. I'm certainly feeling warm. Let's move on to number 6 personality type, the Loyalist. Loyalists want to feel safe, but easily mistrust authority. They process information quickly, turning it into plans. The quickness of their minds is often expressed in their body and speech. They can be jittery and talk fast or even stutter. They will either avoid situations that cause them fear or seek out excitement and adrenaline. Loyalists need grounding poses and meditation in their yoga practice. So that's our next focus. Get a little bit more grounded, a little bit more of a traditional flow to establish ourselves in our poses. So let's start to lift up and come to downward facing dog. Pressing those heels down to the ground. Good. And then walk your way forward to your hands. Gently roll up. Guide our shoulders back. Good. So we're on our feet. I'm going to face you all. You face whatever direction you want. Let's feel grounded by doing a balance. Vrksasana tree pose. So shift over to your right leg and take your left leg up. Now you can have your toes on the ground. If your balance is an issue, you can take one of your blocks and put your toes on your blocks. So you still got some lift, but you've got some stability. Or certainly you can raise your leg off that block entirely and come into the pose. Now let's focus on that right standing leg first. Find your pressure points, big toe, little toe, heel, and then run that energy up the body, up the hip. We can still feel a strong core. We've warmed up our core. It's still there. And you might even open up your arms upward if you feel so inclined. Good. Let's take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands back to heart center. Nice job. Slowly release that foot. Watch out for your block if you have it. Switch to the other side. So all the options are the same. Toes can be on the ground. Toes can be up on that block. You can lift upward, whatever you choose. Big toe, little toe, and heel. We're feeling grounded. We're feeling supported by the earth. Good. And then perhaps we raise our hands upward. This side is harder for me. Excuse me as I wobble. Oh, we all have our challenges, don't we? Certainly this leg is my challenge. Good. Let's take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bring it to the center. Nicely done. Put your foot down. If you have your block, move it off to the side. Now we're going to want one block on each side of our mat, and we'll turn to face this right side for our vinyasa. If you have your camera angle straight forward, just keep facing straight forward. So here we go. This is our reset. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, look up halfway, lift. Exhale, hands down, step back, drop to your knees if you want to, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Step your right foot forward, draw that left heel to the ground, and lift up to Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana B. So, grounding is important. Let's look what our feet are doing. Heel lined up with the arch of your foot there. Deep bend, but make sure that the knee is in line with your ankle. So your knee is not pressing forward over the toe because that will anger the knee. Either widen out or don't bend quite as far. Adjust that angle there. Good. And just feel how your feet are holding you in place. Grounded, supported from the ground up. Now let's move to Parsvakonasana. Option A, drop the elbow, reach over. Option B, grab your block, put it on the pinky toe side of the foot. And then option C, no block, hand on the ground. Find your way, whatever works best for you. We should be feeling this hip. We should be feeling supported by both feet. We've got this beautiful reach through our torso. Good. Now inhale, lift up, straightening both legs. Very nice. Trikonasana. Exhale, reach it down. You can bring your hand to your leg. You can move your block to the big toe side, or you can use no block at all and just reach for your foot. I love this pose when it comes to grounding because we're reaching down, but yet we lift up. So it's like we're honoring our ground, but we're reaching. Now, if this is too much energy in this shoulder, hand to the hip is fine. Adjust where you need to. Good. Beautiful. Lift up. Take your hands to your hips and let's bring ourselves to the center. So just make a wide V on your mat. I'm going to scoot in just a tiny bit. I was quite wide. Hands to our hips to begin. Look up, inhale, exhale, fold forward. Take your hands down. If you can't reach the floor, that's what the block is for. And walk your hands, and hands are blocked, back so that they're in line with your feet. Press into the floor, look up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold back down. What can we feel here? Definitely our feet are on the floor supporting us, but we've got this good stretch in our hips and our low back. We might feel it through the hamstrings, calves, ankles. It's beautiful. Good. Inhale, press into the floor, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, bring your hands to your waist. Inhale, lift up. Nice job. Turn toward that left side. So now I've got my left foot forward, my right foot heel to arch a line. Just move that block out of the way. And bend back into your warrior two on this left side. Good. So we're just going to repeat those few poses. But remember, our focus here is grounding, stability. So that's why we're utilizing blocks to make sure we feel stable in these standing poses. Parsvakonasana, option A, elbow to the thigh. Option B, grabbing the block, putting it on that pinky toe side. And option C, hand on the ground. No block at all. You choose what works best for you. Pressing down into that hip. Lengthening through the sides of the body. And feeling stable from the ground up. Building strength in our legs for sure. Good. Now inhale, lift up, straighten both legs. Trikonasana. Exhale, reach back down. Option A, hand on your leg. Option B, block on the big toe side. Option C, no block at all, just reaching for the foot. And then remember, arm in the sky, or if that's too much on the shoulder, hand on the hip is fine. Good. Get that support from the floor and then lift the energy up your body. Feeling grounded and stable. Good. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Nice job. Lift up. Go ahead and bend into that left knee just so we can transition. Let's windmill our hands down to the mat. If you got blocks in the way, shift them out. Step your left foot back. Inhale here in plank. Drop to your knees if you need to. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, shift back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Bend your knees, come back to child's pose again. Grab that block if you need to put your forehead down. Take a break for just a moment as we switch gears to our final personality section. This is the sevens. They are the enthusiasts. So these adventure seekers fear missing out on great experiences and are always searching for the next big thing. P.S. This one is totally me. They are energetic, charming, and enthusiastic, and they can seem enlightened and joyful, but when they're not fully entertained, they'll focus on planning the next adventure rather than being in the moment. The enthusiasts love being playful, but they struggle to stay with things when the going gets tough. So slowing down and staying with deeper poses after our fast moving poses can really help in the yoga practice. So our next section is going to be all about the stretching, holding and breathing, and really being in the moment with our bodies. So let's start that with a pigeon pose. We're already on our knees, so let's just lift up and we'll bring our left leg forward. So parallel to the top of the mat, and then you'll walk your right leg back behind you. So if you don't quite get this hip all the way to the ground, I'll kind of show you on this angle here. See how I might be lifted. You can take a block or a blanket and set it underneath that hip. So there's something to kind of prop yourself on and then lay yourself down. My other favorite position with this is actually putting the block in the front and drawing my forehead down onto that block. That's how I prefer to do this pose, but all of us are going to find our own way. So just try to be parallel to the top of the mat and come forward using blocks or blankets and just lay yourself down. Now, instead of letting our mind wander, which if you're an enthusiast, you might be inclined to do, focus on just the breath. Start there. Feel it, maybe hear it, or even count it. And then tune into your body. What are you feeling through that outer left hip? Is it intense? For some of us, it might be very intense. Does it feel calming to be just still? Is it rejuvenating to deeply stretch? Or maybe this is very challenging and your best recourse is to focus deeply on your breath. Whatever it is, just feel it and be in this moment. Good. Now let's take one more breath right here. Inhale. Exhale. Gently lift up. Good job. Come out of it. And let's take this left leg back behind us. So we're going to be on our right knee and extend this left leg back behind us and just kind of bounce. Bounce for a moment, loosening up that joint. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of focus on that left hip. So we want to change that. And of course, we're going to balance ourselves out by doing the right. So let's drop that left knee down and start to bring our right leg forward to center it. You might use the same kind of propping that you did before. So you might put a block underneath your hip. You might, so that kind of thing. You might bring the block in front if you like that, or a blanket is around you. Everybody's going to find their own way. And let's come on down, settle into it, and then just try to be still for a few moments. If you're a type A personality, you don't like to hold still. It's challenging. So this could be not just a physical challenging exercise, but a mentally challenging exercise as well. We know, though, that when we do challenging things and we move through them, we get stronger. Physically, mentally, whatever it is. So today, there's benefit in holding still and stretching deeply. Great work. Let's take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Nicely done. Gently lift up. Whoo. Come up onto that right knee so that we can, left knee, so we can swing our right leg back and just bounce. Just kind of feel that releasing of the joint and a little bit of the tension there. Love that pigeon pose. I don't love it actually, but that's why I know I love it, because my body needs it. It's good for me. Nice job. Good. Now let's come just to sit down, swing our legs around. And we'll utilize our strap finally. We haven't used it all day, but now we get to. So extend your legs out in front of you and take this strap, wrap it around both feet. We're going to access the hamstrings primarily. Some of us, if you're very flexible, you might also feel your hips and your low back. So everyone's going to feel this in one of those three areas, or maybe multiple. Sit nice and tall here. Inhale, exhale, walk yourself forward. And we use the strap to come forward without having to bend our knees. We do not have to touch our toes. If you can, fine, do it. If you can't, that's what the strap is for. Take a deep breath here. Inhale, exhale, fold yourself down even deeper. So draw those shoulders back. Have a nice loose neck. And just pull up and in through the center each time you breathe. So we might be getting deeper and deeper with every breath. That's our goal when we stretch, that our body starts to relax and we can pull a little bit deeper. That's how we gain flexibility over time. Good. Let's take one more breath here. Inhale, exhale, lift up. Very good. Keep your strap there, but let's just pull the right leg out. So that right leg is out. We're moving into Janu Shirsasana A. Left leg should stay nice and straight. Take that deep breath. Inhale, exhale, fold forward over your leg. Good, good. Then take another deep breath. Pull up through the middle. Inhale, exhale, fold it back down again. So this one feels different on that right hip. It feels different in the low back. We've opened our hips a little bit, so there's a good sacrum release. Plus, we get to focus on the hamstring on that left leg. This is one of my favorite stretches. Love it. Good. Let's take one more breath right here. Inhale. Exhale. Lift up. Inhale, switch feet. So we're going to slide that right foot back into the strap, pull the left foot out, bring it up your leg, sit tall, inhale, exhale, reach forward, grab on, take a deep breath, pull up through the middle, and then see if you can fold back down and relax your neck. Very nice. Good. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Gently lift up. Good. Release that strap. Very nice. Let's go ahead and lower down onto our back. Bend your knees. Relax your spine. So we want to lift our hips a little bit and then place them back down again. And just bring your arms by your sides. We're just going to do one bridge pose and then 2 twists to lead us into Savasana. So from the base of the spine, start to roll up one vertebrae at a time. You can press the hands to the floor like I'm doing, or you can clasp your hands underneath and kind of shift onto those shoulders. Either way, we're stretching out the abdominals that we worked vigorously. We're holding so that we can be in the moment, and we're grounded. We're close to the floor. So all three of our personality types can benefit from this pose. Good. Take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Release your hands. Lower yourself down. Good. Pull your knees into your chest. And you can rock a little bit if you want, just relaxing that back. Very nice. And then let your legs drop over to the right side. Take your arms out to a T. And turn your head over the left. Now we want to try to relax our hips, our back, our chest, our neck, all of these fun areas. Good. Then inhale, bring your legs back to the center. Exhale, let them fall to the left and turn your gaze over the right. And try to notice, be in the moment. Notice if there's any spots that still feel really tight or are still kind of hanging on to energy, and see if you can let that go. Become fully connected to the earth, very grounded. We're still accept our breath. We're still accept the areas that we're just letting go and letting release, breath by breath. Good. Take one more deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. And finally, let yourself relax. So put one leg to each edge of your mat and just bring your arms by your sides. Close your eyes for a moment. Get comfortable in your space. Time to let yourself drift away. Your thoughts, your mind, everything just kind of comes to rest. I'll let you be here for a few moments, then I'll wake you up with the sound of the bell. So your job is just to rest. Start to wake yourself up, rotating through your wrists and your ankles. Point and flex your feet. Stretch your arms overhead to lengthen through your whole body. And roll yourself onto one side in fetal pose. Coming back to the here and the now, coming back to your moment in time. Let's sit up to a comfortable seated position together. And we'll just bring our hands to heart center. I'll offer you 3 mantras to go with each of the personalities. So I'll say them and then you just repeat them silently to yourself. We'll do it one at a time. Here's our 3 mantras. I can engage with the world without holding back. I have faith in myself and do not need to fear the unknown. I have everything I need here and now. Thank you so much for your practice today, for joining this headspace experience. Namaste.